Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Explorers channel.
In today's video, we are going to start a new series on data table connector and its method. So it's nearly same as the Excel connector method, in which you will be handling your Excel data as a table, not just an Excel data. Wherever you have some tabular data, you could use this method to do certain actions on it. So this is the documentation, and you have lot of methods to interact with. And now we'll add the connector. So go to your global objects and then filter with table. So I'm selecting this add connector, the data table model. So, and if you double click, you will be having lot of methods which are nearly similar to the one you have in Excel. Like you can add your column, rows, you can delete it and filter it, and you could do some additional operations on a data table as it is not depending on the Excel directly. So first let's understand the differences between them before we see its method. And in this video I'm just going to show you guys an exact difference between data table and Excel, and why do we need data table over an Excel. And also I'll be showing some of the mandatory methods which needs to be known in order to use any other table methods. As we use open method to open it, here you have this method which is called load from Excel. So as the name says, you have to load your data from Excel. So I have this file which is called add queue, and I'm just going to copy this part. And the next is sheet or query. So if you want to fetch some data based on the query, just enable the third parameter to true, which is query of type boolean. And now I'm going to use a sheet. So let's provide the sheet. So we have more sheets. I'm going to take the sheet one. Okay, and now let's use another method to weave the data. For example, let's take this get table, which is basically getting your data table. So let me take a data table and let's run this now. Okay, this is completed. If I preview it, so I can see the data which is from the sheet 1. It's just getting me the data and I'm not affecting the actual data table. Let's say that we'll try to do something different in order to understand this better. For example, we'll set something so that you could see it, and I'm going to do like set cell value. So let's do the change on the cell value, like row 1 and the column 1. Okay, I'm just transforming it as it is of object. So let's say that it's value. I'm going to pass the value as value. Okay. Before we run this, we validate what current value we have now on the first row, first column. So basically we have ABC. So this is 0, and this is your 0th row, and this is your first row. So first row and the first column, it's ABC. Okay, I'll close the Excel. We'll run it now. Okay, this is completed. We'll preview the data. So we have the value, which is value in the first row, first column. And let me also open the Excel. If you see, we still have the same value, which is ABC. I think you can understand the exact difference. Like all we are doing is just a copy of the data table from an Excel, and we are not writing it, or we are not doing anything into the actual data. It's like we are not affecting the main table and doing certain operations on the data table or temporary storage. So really wanted to write the data into an Excel. Really in the data table, you do not have an option to write that directly into an Excel. Say either you could use an additional Excel method, or you can directly just use this component which is called write to Excel. Okay, and now you have to additionally provide the file path. So let me take the file path, and if you want to write the new data into the same sheet, you can do it. Or if you don't want to affect it, you could also write it in the new sheet. So let's write it in the new sheet, and then we'll see. Let's write it in the sheet 2, and I'll save this. You close it. And this time the data is from the data table. And I'll run this now. Okay, this is completed. Let's preview that. It should have the value. And now let's just, okay, I'll quickly preview it over here. So this is sheet 1, which is not affected, and in the sheet 2, so we have this value which is like the value 1. Okay, somehow the format is added, but it has nicely added all the values. Okay, and now let me try to add it in the existing sheet only, which is on sheet 1. So I'll just give sheet 1. So let's run this. Okay, we have an error, data type mismatch in the criteria, but also it has write all the values after the final row, so it is good. Okay, let me just try removing it. It might be because of the empty rows I have, so let me remove this row. Let's try it again. Okay, I'm just going to remove everything. Let's save it and we'll rerun the process now. Okay, yeah, it was because of the null rows, I mean the null values which we have. If you want to handle it, you can also handle it on this component level by just making the on error as continue. Okay, now it is completed. Let's preview the data. Okay, so let me open it. Okay, and now it has write the value as expected. So this is how you can make use of this data table to write into your Excel or just to store it in the temporary location. So yes, this is about this data table method. So in the next video I'll be showing all the different methods from this data table connector, like how you can add your column, filter. And in case you guys find my content helpful, make sure that you like it so that it could recommend to some more people. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Take care.